Hello. So today's gonna be another cool video. This was a concept that I kind of looked at the stats. The stats did change a little bit during while I was looking this up, but it is something just to take into account. What we're gonna play is probably one of the strongest boards in the game and just play like a variation of it based on what I hit. So in this game, what I'm gonna play is something like an LILLIA game, right? So a lot of the times in this patch, they're very item heavy and very forecast oriented. I actually find it really fun because I feel like there's a lot of flexible boards. One of the ones that kind of emerged from this is like this very high capping level 9 board where you play LILLIA Ashe backline with Azir, Lissandra, and basically like a bunch of all the really good high damaging 5 costs and just kind of play around it. A unit that kind of found its way really firmly in the current like scape of the game is Ashe, right? Ashe is really nice to play around because the best unit in the game isn't like Ashe isn't the best unit in the game, right? Right now the best unit in the game, like the one that really makes you like play for first, right? Like almost every time you have a lobby where somebody's in first place, they usually have a Lissandra, right? Lissandra does so much for the team, and just the way that the boards kind of changed and the way that like what the popular boards are and what people are typically playing, Lissandra's just really good. She just removes like one of the frontline units, either a tank or a melee carry. She just removes it from the game for a while. She does a shit ton of damage, and she synergizes really well because she's basically just all 2 traits. Right, 2 traits are really strong because you can just splash them in the board and they kind of buff everything. So with Porcelain, Porcelain, that's why you play towards Ashe, and then you can also really easily fit in 4 Porcelain on level 9, right? So a lot of it comes down to like you play around Ashe because you're hoping to cap out your board with a Lissandra later, and you want to have like a little bit of a Porcelain foundation for the Lissandra, as well as like Arcanus and all the other stuff. So like basically in this game, I know it's loot subscription. I just posted yesterday a Fortune loot subscription game. Let's talk about how I hate loot subscription because I feel like it's just very high roll, very RNG. I look at my board and I think to myself, I have a bunch of unit pairs. I might be able to be like somewhat strong here. Martyr doesn't really do anything for me. Enter the Dragon is kind of a throw because I don't have Enter the Dragon items. And it's another one of these Tome loot subscriptions. It's wonderful. Anyways, I did Darius 2-star, which is pretty strong. What I'm trying to play here is I just take fully adaptive because fully adaptive is very strong, especially in the current meta with the frontline units. What fully adaptive does, it takes adaptive helm. The way adaptive helm works, if you're in the front line, you gain a bunch of armor. If you're in the back line, you gain like AP and mana. Because there's a lot of really strong 4-cost frontline units, so think like Nautilus, Annie, Silas, like there's a lot of these AP frontline tanky units that also do like a shit ton of damage and a shit ton of work, right? So fully adaptive, I think, is one of the best augments you can take currently. We'll look at the stats just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure it has pretty good stats, right? If we we'll pull it up in a second. Oh, it actually doesn't average that high. But the delta is really good on like a lot of these good units like Lissandra and whatever. The delta is 4.6, so it's not actually that broken. I thought it was a little bit better. I remember looking it up. I think I thought it was a little bit better. See, here's the stats. It's a 4.6. I wonder how it is in terms of like all the other augments. Let's just take like gold. Yeah, built diff, little buddies is broken, mulch, divine roll. It's actually pretty bad considering. I guess there's a lot of these like insta win augments. Martyr is so much better, but Martyr is usually like you're playing like bruiser frontline, so it's like it doesn't make you strong right away. I figured fully adaptive was okay, but it's actually not that great. I guess it really comes down to like hitting the units, and I think that's the problem. Okay, so scratch that. Maybe fully adaptive isn't the most broken thing. I thought it was really fucking good. Because I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to make a bunch of adaptive helms. I have a cloak on bench. I'm just going to spam adaptive helms. I'm going to have the most giga front line of hell. Like, nobody's ever going to do shit. Right? Like, adaptive helm on Annie. Like, maybe that changes the stats by a lot. Let's look at that. Right? If I go Explorer and I go fully adaptive Annie. 2-star. It doesn't change by that much, actually. Is it not good on her? Yeah, it says it's plus delta. What? You just want porcelain emblem, mythic emblem? I guess this trade just isn't that good. Never mind. Maybe I'm just wrong. I thought this was going to be really good. Anyways, I get tome and I get a sniper emblem. So you know why I took a sniper emblem? I took it because of another, like, I guess by looking at stats, like, I have to fucking look at it again. Because I looked at it, like, last week, right? So what happened last week is I was queuing with my friend. And, he was playing, he just took the sniper trait. Like, you know, the one that's, like, gain a sniper emblem. And he was trying to cook. And he's like, ooh, maybe I can put on, like, LILLIA or something. Because, like, of Kog'Maw. And I was like, yeah, it's probably good on LILLIA. And I looked at the stats, and it said that it was really good on LILLIA. So if you look at the, what's it called? Let's go items. Let's go sniper emblem. So here, I'll show you the stats. Like, this is what I was thinking. So I looked at these before. So if you look at sniper emblem, like sniper's focus, it says, like, all of the, like, sniper board, right? But sniper emblem... so it's really good on obviously the 5 cost, right? I think like obviously like the Soraka one is just like an outlier. Aatrox is like an outlier, but it's like really good on Syndra, because like you play sniper emblem and then you can just play Aphelios. But the problem is like then you're not playing Ashe a lot of the time, and it's really good on LILLIA. Right, there's still plus delta, but I was looking at like what the best 4 cost was. Last week it was minus delta. I guess people like started spamming it and lost a bunch, and it's actually not that good. So I remember the stat being LILLIA was like the only 4 cost that it was minus delta on. That was the stats last week. So that was what I went into this game thinking. Obviously I'm wrong, so you know, take this game with a grain of salt. It's an option to play, but I wouldn't say it's the best thing to play, obviously. But that's why I took the emblem, right? If I saw a mythic emblem, I probably would have taken mythic emblem. I don't think there was a mythic emblem in my tome. I'm not going to go back because I wasn't paying attention. And I don't think 6 Invoker is that strong. I think it's like really strong, like if you giga cap your board. But like I think the sniper emblem, the idea is that you play sniper emblem on LILLIA, and I have fully adaptive, so I was going to put an adaptive helm on LILLIA as well. And LILLIA shoots and she hits like the far units like deep down anyways. So I was going to play like 4 sniper Ashe LILLIA, right? So the board would look something like, let's go back to this. So this is Dish Soap's website, the TFT Academy. Dish Soap and Froden, that they have this website that's updated quite often. As you can see from the time of me making this video, it's updated 15 minutes ago. One of the best comps, like in the giga comps that like some people, like a lot of people force this comp, right? Is Ashe with LILLIA. This is what I was talking about before. You just play Ashe because then you have the option of Lysandra, you itemize LILLIA, you itemize Ashe, you itemize Annie for frontline, and then you itemize Lysandra late game, and you play 4 porcelain, 2 sniper, invoker, whatever. I was gonna play a rendition of this board, but with LILLIA with a sniper emblem. So basically I want to play Ashe LILLIA, right? If I don't hit the Ashe, I can just play LILLIA Kog'Maw, right? And then I can fit in the Ashe late game, right? Like if I ever hit items for her. But I'm basically gonna play this, but I'm gonna prio LILLIA with a sniper emblem, and I'm gonna hold on to a Kog'Maw, and Kog'Maw with LILLIA, it fits in really nicely, and I can just play like a mythic board around that if I don't hit the Ashe until I get to level 9, and then I can play like a more standard board, right? But basically I want to play like 4 invoker, 4 sniper, porcelain, like all of that shit, right? So that's what I was trying to cook. So here I start to win a bunch of rounds. After the first round, I stabilized a little bit. I hit some upgrades. Darius 2 is a great item holder. He's very, very strong. So always be wary of that, right? If you have the option of finding a Darius 2 and you have some AP items as well as some melee items, he can often streak you very late into the game. There's sometimes that I see people that they miss Kayn in their heavenly divine rolls reroll thing, and they just play Darius for like most of the game until they hit the Kayn. So I make a mythic emblem. I'm 5 mythic now. I'm trying to play strongest board. The reason I'm playing strongest board, I'm also contested. There's another guy that's just forcing into Ashe LILLIA. Like I can tell just by the way that he's building his items and his augments. I think he's the guy that took the invoker crown. So he has the same idea as me, except me, I'm aiming towards like a 4 sniper round. He's probably playing the same board but trying to play like 6 invoker instead. I don't know. I've played 6 Invoker and it feels very underwhelming. I think it's really good if everybody's upgraded, right? Like if you have like 6 really meaningful Invoker units, it's like, yeah, then it's pretty good, right? Probably like Invoker Crest on Lissandra is probably broken. It's just fucking cast 100 times. But here I'm just trying to be strong, right? I'm strongest, I'm most HP in the lobby. It's loot subscription, so like I said last video when I was talking about my fortune game, in loot subscription you either want to be like really strong, that you're hitting some like giga cap, right? So in this case I might be playing towards 10 mythic, right? Because if it starts dropping spats, I have the option of 10 mythic, so it's really good to play towards mythic in a lobby like this, and LILLIA in a lobby like this, right? It's really good to play towards Ash in a lot. Anything where you have like 2 spats win you the game, or make you in a game-winning spot. Those are good things to play towards in loot subscription, right? The other thing you can also play towards is having a lot of HP, right? If you play a normal game of TFT before everybody giga spikes, you might be able to just outlive the giga spiker, right? If someone hits like, I don't know, 7 fortune and they have like a 3-star 5 cost and they're just wiping down everybody in the board, the people who, the placement, it doesn't matter what your board is, the placement is affected by how much HP you have. So here I'm just playing strongest board. I take Baboom. I don't think Baboom is that broken. Baboom, I don't know if it's bugged. Baboom seems like it's bad on everything except Kindred, right? Don't take my word for it in case it's a bug. I don't know if it's like I can't tell you if it's like bug abusing, because I don't know. I literally just don't know, right? Like if you look here and you look at the relative delta, here I'll show you what I mean. I think it might be bugged, but Baboom, it averages a 4.5. You would think it's like really good with invokers in general, but if you look at the units that it's good with, it's -1 with a Gnar. It's -1 with -1. You average a 3 if you're just playing a Kindred on your board. Shen, this is the Gnar board, right? I think it's because Kindred goes fucking nuts, right? Is it just because like the way Baboom works, like when they cast, your units deal more damage, so when you have like a reroll Gnar line, it just goes fucking infinite? I don't understand. And then like before, it used to be kind of, I think it's, I don't know if it's still bugged, but it used to be bugged on Faded. I don't remember in the patch notes I'm saying they fixed the bug, but the stats aren't as good anymore, so I think it's not necessarily as strong as it used to be, right? Like Aphelios says +1 before. Aphelios was like giga minus, so I think they fixed that bug. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but anyway, I just want to point that out, because like, you know, don't bug abuse if it's a bug, but if it's not a bug and the thing is just broken, just know for when you play Kindred Gnar. And that's what I mean. Like, I know I post like a lot of Kindred Gnar, but I look at stats a lot. Like every time I like, you know, even if I'm making these videos, sometimes I look up the stats on the spot. But there's a lot of games, like especially the ones that I lose, that I don't really post on YouTube. And the best way to improve a lot of the time, once you get to a certain level of play, like I'm in Emerald right now, I'm hopefully going to be Diamond very soon. I'm Emerald 1. I want to try and speedrun Diamond to Master, because that's what I usually do. I usually get stuck in Emerald because everybody's just fucking trolling the lobbies and it pisses me off and I stop playing and I get tilted. But hopefully I can speedrun Diamond. I can get to Masters soon, so I have some self-worth for myself, because I was Masters last set, so I feel like my base knowledge and skill set should be of Master level, right? It's like the same like if I play Street Fighter and Guilty Gear, right? If I'm playing Guilty Gear and then I play Street Fighter, I go back to Guilty Gear, I have a base, like besides like the general rust of like mechanics, I have like a base level of understanding neutral in those games. So like I'm, you know, I can give anybody a run for their money if I just pull out my arcade stick, right? But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, what I was trying to say is, yeah, this guy's definitely playing the Ash line. He already has an Ash. He took Hedge Fund. I just took Baboom because I wanted a combat, and I figured it would be best. I figured it's good on Invokers at one point, right? It might not be the most plus, but the thing is, even with stats, when you look at stuff that's plus, stuff that's minus, it's like, what matters more is just thematically what's good a lot of the times. That's where you can get lost in stats. That's why I suggest like only look at stats if you're at like a certain level of understanding, because you have to be able to interpret it as well, right? For me, it's like I took fully adaptive because I said this would be good with some forecast. The stats say it's not that good, so I'm wrong. But I'm taking both of these because they put me in a good spot, because it's loot subscription of being strong early as well as strong in the middle, right? That guy's just really strong because he's fucking Story Weaver, my bad. But what I mean is, like, you know, Adaptive Helm gave me a full item, and the item also does extra shit. So that's really strong, right? Especially in a loot subscription lobby. Then I have, what's it called? I have Baboom, which is a combat augment, right? The other option I think that was really good was Hedge Fund, just to make sure that I can go like fast, like, you know, especially in my spot with a lot of HP. I could have gone like fast towards like 9, right? Something like that. Or at least have like a lot of gold on 8. Anyways, I roll on 7 because, wait, why was I rolling here? I forget. Something happened. Oh, I got 8 free rerolls, right? So I push levels to 7 because I'm not gonna psycho level and go 8. I don't have enough gold for that. So because Alawi gives the free rerolls, I'm just rolling on 7. So I just leveled to 7. It kind of was a two-edged sword because, excuse me, I did hit a lot of units, right? If you look at it, like, I got a lot of upgrades. I found 2 Annies, a Nautilus, and a Lillia. So it actually did hurt my econ a lot, but it is really strong. Now, I think the Darius was still stronger to play here. I should put in the Tahm Kench over the Annie for sure, because I'm 3 Invoker, 6 Mythic. I could be 7 Mythic, 2 Invoker, same difference, right? Except I'm 7 Mythic. But I kind of messed up. I'm thinking about greeting an item for Lillia, because I don't necessarily want to give her Morello, because she might be my main damage dealer. But yeah, because Lillia shoots across the board, as well as like it spreads damage to multiple units, the Sniper Emblem actually seems like it would be really good on her. I don't know why it turned into plus delta. Like, it used to be very minus delta. Before, the only 4 cost that was minus delta was Lillia. So that's what was my presumption playing this game. So I kind of have to think back about it. It might just be that it's like a returning, like, it might just be like an opportunity cost type of thing in the stats. Like, sometimes, like, the stats say certain items are bad on units because, like for example, sometimes a unit, it will say like a Rabadon's isn't necessarily the best, or like some AP item isn't good, and a lot of the times it's because those components are best used on a different unit. So for example, the Sniper Emblem, putting on the Lillia means that I have to sell the Lillia or have a remover to put on a Lysandra. So it's better just to put the Sniper Emblem on like a Lux that I can sell later, because Lux Sniper Emblem's fine on it because she hits the whole board, so it does get a lot of value. Anyway, I put Adaptive Helm on my Annie just like I wanted to. I make a TG for Nautilus because I just want to play strongest board, and then because I didn't have another item to make for Lillia, I didn't want to double Adaptive Helm my Lillia, I put the Morello on the Lillia. So that's how I built the board. I'm level 7. I say, even though I'm contested on this line, I figured that I'm kind of strong enough with 7 Mythic that I could make it work like this, right? I could also just remove, like, I'm not going to remove the Annie now because I put the Mythic crown on her and everything's like wonderful. But what was I going to say? So this is the guy that's directly contesting me. He's level 7. He took Hedge Fund. He has an Azir and 2 Ashes, but he looks like he's playing Ash primary, right? Which is good for me because he's going to hold Lillias, but he's not primary Lillia. If you look at my Annie though, right? This is what I was thinking with Adaptive Helm, right? But it might just be because it's Adaptive Helm with Mythic with Spark. If you look at the damage this turn, the Annie did more damage than the Lillia, right? They're both 1 star. It's Lillia 1, it's Annie 1, right? They're both Mythic, right? And it's just crazy, right? Anyway, so what I was saying is the Sniper Emblem might just not be good on Lillia because you want either 3 full items on Lillia, or you want the Sniper Emblem on one of the 5 costs, which is a lot better. Like Sniper Emblem Lysandra sounds just fucking broken, especially since she throws the unit to the back line and does like splash damage. Like, you know, it might just be like an opportunity cost type of thing of why it's bad on Lillia. It's like it's better just to put on like some shitter unit, like until you hit like a Giga unit. Anyways, I'm playing 3 Invoker here. I can't really switch my board much, right? Because like, what else am I gonna do? See, like I can play 6 Mythic. It's probably not this, right? This gives me more. I don't know. This looks bad. I'd rather play 7 Mythic. I think my thought process was, with the 7 Mythic, I was like, I might as well just play this because it gives me Arcanus, and Porcelain, which helped my front line, as well as helps my I think 7 Mythic is stronger. I think 7 Mythic is stronger for sure in this spot. Because I have Annie too. Right? Anyways, the last thing I took was Partial Ascension. My comp kind of stalls for a while. Like, Annie is very hard to kill. She takes a while to kill, right? Even if the Annie doesn't do that much damage, I do have an insane front line, right? If you look at my board, I have like, oh yeah, this guy just has like, he sent it for everything. I'm checking everybody's like upgrades, right? That guy hit the entire board that he was going for. That guy has another 3. This guy is, I'm scared that he's going to Giga cap out, but he doesn't look like he's in a good spot for fortune, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm thinking like I drop down to 5 mythic. Yeah, I think this is better now, right? I either play 7 mythic or I play something like this where I'm 4 invoker, and Alun gives some shred, so that's fine, and attack speed. Yeah, this looks okay. I'm LILLIA 1. I've played games like this before, but I'm kind of planning on going 9 here because I have this Annie 2, so I don't really want to roll unless I hit a LILLIA pair. I am contested on the line. I've played games like this where I go 9, I don't hit, and then I go like bot 4 because I don't have the LILLIA 2. Because sometimes people just like, everybody wants deep down in their little grimy, grubby little hands and their little heart, little cold, dark heart from the forges of like losing all their games in TFT and being hard stuck. They all want to play Ashe. They all want to play Lissandra. Right, they'll pivot in any situation as long as they're not like a melee carry, like they're playing like Heavenly Kane or some shit. They will find a way. Even if they're a Kaisa player, they'll find a way to pivot into Ashe, right? Because everybody knows it's broken, right? When you have Lissandra on your board, everybody knows that's like one of the best conditions to get a first in the lobby, right? Or one of the most achievable conditions to get first in the lobby. So like, I've played games where like out of nowhere, everybody starts making like Azir, LILLIA, this, that, and they start holding all of these units. I think it's fine either way, but this is what I was saying, right? As you can see with the sniper emblem, I kind of have an extra item for this LILLIA. I think it's pretty good on her, and I think it's giving me a lot of tempo because I'm basically just playing this Kog'Maw. I have 4 invoker and I have this sniper damage, and then I can always play Ashe later, right? But that's my idea. I just want to make it to 9. Right, that's like my main idea. I just want to make it to 9. If I don't make it to 9, I think this game's kind of chalked. Now I do have this Annie 2. The Annie 2 damage is significant, right? The adaptive helm, like she literally has like a full damage item pretty much. She casts a bunch. She has invoker, 4 invoker on her back, and she has the spark, right? The LILLIA is starting to do more damage, as you can see, just like based on how the fight goes. But the Annie can clean up, is what I'm trying to say, right? There's a lot of games or a lot of situations where Annie, like a lot of times, like the biggest problem is like if your backline lacks damage and your front line just like kind of stalls there and does nothing, then you're kind of fucked. But Annie does enough damage where it's like she can clean up, right? Like if LILLIA dies before Annie and there's some units left over, the Annie could not necessarily go infinite. Like she's not like a melee front line that's like fucking broken, but she can get the job done, right? Like she can clean up. She has AoE damage. She just fucking sits on everybody. They all die, right? So it's pretty good. Anyways, I feel pretty stable, right? Because as you look at these fights, I'm not really losing to anybody. This guy's also, this guy, I don't understand this guy. So this guy hit the Lissandra. I think that's what stabilized him. Because look at his spot, right? I'm level 840. He's level 810. Like, how, like, you'll see later in the game, like, he fucking high rolls. Like, he's hedge fund as well, so he's missing a whole combat, right? But, like, look, I beat him pretty easily because, like, I just have more damage. Okay, so he's 20, right? I guess that's why. It's like, you'll see his board later. He fucking caps the shit out of his board. Like, I have trouble beating him after. And spoiler, also, I should have said at the beginning of this video, I don't get first this game, but I don't think there's much I could do about it. We'll see what happens, but it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of difficult, right? Because I have to go 9 here. I don't really want to get stuck on 8 because I think that in this game I have a good chance of, like, how do I phrase it? There's many outs I have to winning, right? I have the win con of just having a giga capped board that I can fit in on 9. There's the win con that I can hit. Okay, I didn't hit it, but you know, there's the win con that I can hit 10 mythic. Here I'm debating what to take. It might have been invoker and then I play 6 invoker, but I take the other sniper emblem because the biggest problem that I'm gonna have is when I have Ashen, I'm gonna be 3 sniper, and then I have to play some random ass sniper to get 4 sniper, or I have to drop Kog'Maw. So originally I was thinking, I just drop Kog'Maw because I won't need Kog'Maw for the invoker because I'll play somebody else. So instead I just say, nah, fuck it, I'll just take another sniper emblem, because then I can actually put sniper emblem on like a 5 cost. Like I was thinking, oh, I can sell Lux, put sniper emblem on list, I'll just make like these items, it's all good. But like the win con is basically going 9 and getting some legendaries on this board, right? If I hit an Azir, I hit like what's his name, or what's her name, Lysandra, right? I'm pretty strong. Lux now is doing significant damage as well because she's also sniper. I'm 3 sniper, but if I had an Ashe, I'm gonna be 4 sniper, so all of it's good, right? It's all fine. I get a completed item here. I think I just take Nashers, right? Yeah, for sure. Because I have like an item set with the other dude. But yeah, oh, I should go back. So this guy ends up winning the lobby, by the way, spoiler. I should see what his spot is, because I wasn't scared at this point. Oh, I keep missing it. Okay, here. So I scouted here. It's 5-2. I'm double checking to see if anybody's doing some crazy shit before I go level 9. Right? So look, before I level, I check everybody's board, right? So I check this guy's board, 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 I check this guy's board. So he is prismatic ticket level 7, 30 gold, right? He has Gnar 3, Kindred 3. I guess it's because it's prismatic ticket, right? Maybe I didn't notice. But if you look at it, he has Ornn 1, so he only has 2 Ornns, right? And he is 12 HP. Like, he has 6 Dryad, but he's 12 HP. So he only has 6 Ornns. So I look at his spot. I didn't think anything. He ends up hitting Ornn 3. Spoiler. That's why I was rechecking. I'm trying to see, like, how did I fuck up so badly? Because, like, a lot of the times when you look at these games, like, you think to yourself, like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this. But I'm trying to put myself in the mindset that I was at. So as you can see, I look at everybody's board, right? The reason I scout he just hit Ornn 2, by the way, but I didn't think anything of it. But the reason I scout the board is because I'm deciding I'm LILLIA paired, right? The best thing to do if you're LILLIA paired is just to roll for LILLIA 2. It makes you the strongest right now, and it's good, right? It guarantees I don't lose a fight. I'm once again scouting. I'm trying to see how many LILLIAs is this guy holding, right? Because it's like, do I waste my gold to go 9 to try and cap to win the lobby? Or do I just send it on level 8, get all my upgrades? Because I still don't have Nautilus 2, right? And it doesn't work right there. I scouted too. Like, the guy hits Ornn 3. I wasn't thinking to hold anything because I literally scouted and he only had 2 Ornns. I scout again. Maybe I just don't see him. I fight him anyways. I should scout his board. Now it's so hard because he's prismatic ticket as well, and there's so many 4 costs gone because everybody's playing like a bunch of 4 costs. Like, look at my board. I'm playing 4 costs, right? Or sorry, I'm playing 3 4 costs. Eventually 4 costs. The pool is just too thin. But anyways, that's why I was scouting so a lot that turn, because I remember doing this, right? You don't have to scout all the time, right? Like, you know, but you have to scout when you make important decisions, right? So here, my important decision was, do I go level 9 to cap out my board at 9, right? Which, you know, obviously, like, this round I lose because I don't have LILLIA 2. I just lack the damage, right, to deal with this Kayn. I can't burst him down, right? Or do I just sack a couple rounds, go 9, cap out my board around 9? The guy's 1 HP. He literally wins out with 1 HP. There's also a Mythic Crest here. So the reason I want to go 9 is because if I go 9, there's a chance I can go 10 and play 10 Mythic as well. Which is another win con, right? I'm also the most healthy in the lobby. I'm doing a great job this game, right? It just worked out really well for me. Nobody wants his Mythic emblem. They don't even give a shit. I don't understand why. Now, I did not hold a Bard, but I did hold the Cho'Gath, right? Because I figured from the start of the game, right? I just want to make it very clear. From the start of the game, there's a chance you can hit 10 Mythic. There's a Bard right there. Fuck, I should have held the Bard. Okay, we'll see why after. I didn't hold the Bard. Oh, there's so many fucking little things in this game that I could have got first, but I think it's fine. I don't think I played particularly bad. I'm rolling really deep here because I want these upgrades, right? Ideally, I also hit a Nautilus 2 upgrade. I'm 6 mythic. Is there a chance I could play 7 mythic? Who do I lose? I lose an Arcanist. I lose Lux. I'm 3 Porcelain. But I want to play Ash, so I'm probably going to drop 1 mythic for Ash anyways. Yeah, so I just hit Lilia 2. I'm pretty strong. I can make 10. Sell that. We're fine. It was probably put items. I should probably buy the Lux. This is something I probably didn't do this by mistake, but I should buy the Lux here. I should buy the Lux, put the items on the Lysandra, because I think the Lysandra's just better. Yeah, I still beat this guy, but this is what I mean. Look at how much he capped his board. He hit everything on level 8, I think. Anyways, I hit Nautilus 2. I find an Ash, so I need to swap out somebody for Ash. I just don't know who. It might just be this for now. Because these items are good on Lysandra. Yeah, I put Crown Guard on this because I wanted it on Lysandra. That's right. Yeah, so I can put both these items on Lysandra. And I'm 4 Porcelain now, so Lysandra kind of does work. And then hopefully I hit Lysandra 2 naturally. And I'm trying to go 10 here because my other win con is just 10 Mythic with 2 spats. And my board is really strong. Like, it's not like I don't have quality units. It's not like I'm going 10 Mythic with nothing. But man, I didn't hold that Bard. I think you'll see later, like nothing goes well for, like, I high rolled so much in this game, but then like later in the game I kind of low rolled really hard. Like, I don't find another Bard like naturally, or maybe I do and I miss it. Keep your eyes peeled if I see a Bard, but I don't think it would have mattered anyways. So I think at this point I think I misjudged the prismatic ticket because like I was 1 HP, but I think now is where I scout again because it's neutrals. And I think this is where I realize I'm fucked. So look, I look at this guy, I'm counting his units. I look at this guy, I'm counting his units. I look at this guy, right? I'm just counting, like I'm seeing, okay, he's Annie 1, he's List 1. I can still hit this. And then I see that guy, right? Let's see. I didn't even notice it. I think I noticed it next turn. So, look at him. He's 0 gold. Also, never mind. It's not even my fault. This guy's 0 gold, level 8. He has 4 Orns, and he's 1 HP. Like, fuck that. Like, what the fuck? How does he hit Orn 3 from that spot? He's 0 gold. Man, he just fucking high rolled that shit. Never mind. I don't feel bad about myself anymore. I deserve a second here because I made mistakes along the way, obviously. Like, it wasn't a perfect game. There's stuff I could have improved on for sure. There's lots of things where I was hitting myself in the head. But like, how does he just hit everything? Like, he rolled 20 gold. I guess Prismatic Ticket just went infinite for him. It is Prismatic Ticket, but it's like, bro, like, I take Prismatic Ticket, and sometimes I don't hit like Aphelios 3 and I go 8th. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, he's 6 orange, Prismatic Ticket, 0 gold. I think he beats me though here, right? I think that's the problem. I think he's just so strong that he's able to live with 1 HP. Yeah, he beats me here for sure because he lives. But I think it's close. Is this a positioning diff? No, it's not. I'm just not strong enough. Fuck. I need to beat him here. It's because he's mulched, right? I think he just wins anyways. Yeah, so I kind of had to cap him out. It doesn't even matter if he hits Ornn, because I think I'm lost anyways. Like, if I roll all my gold to try and deny him the Ornn, right? It's also losing fight because he's thing. I'm scouting. That guy's a duplicator. I think from this spot, my best chance of winning is to just get 10 mythic and hope that 10 mythic, maybe I cheese a victory. Like 10 mythic Nautilus stuns the 3 stars enough. Because I have to deny Ornn, I have to deny this is Morgana. But in my head, I'm like, he's 0 gold. He needs to find 2. It's like, this guy I can't really worry about. But I think I just kill him here. The other guy I think was the problem. But the problem is I just need to cap higher, right? Like, if I had list 2, I cap a lot higher. And if I had Ash items, I cap a lot higher. Yeah, so this guy dies. So I'm 51 HP. I think he just hits Ornn this turn, right? Yeah, he's 1 off. Yeah. I just want to go 10 because you need to be 10 to fit in 10 mythic, obviously. Right? And then if I'm playing 10 mythic, I'm just going to drop the Ash and the you drop Ash, you drop the other one. I drop Ash, I drop what's her name, Lux, and then I just play the mythic, you know. Yeah, you hit Ornn 3. Yeah, you can see on the side. Man, like it's definitely a second, but then yeah, so that's just how the game ends. But as you can see, it was kind of exciting. It was kind of fun, right? Sniper's LILLIA as a cool concept. I was really curious, right? I didn't watch this ahead of time, so I was just doing this kind of like a live for upload review. This guy just completely shit on me, but that's because he has List 2, Azir 2, Ashe 2, full items. Like, he hit everything, right? And I don't know how, because I was so far ahead of him, right? Like, he's level 9, 1 HP. He's holding an extra list. Bro, it was like, what the fuck? But I know I didn't roll that much, but I rolled pretty deep on 9, and I didn't find the extra pairs. He rolled on 8, and he hit everything. So he got, like, definitely outrolled me, for sure. I think if we both have the same amount of upgrades, he still wins because of items and having the Azir, right? I can't really fit in Azir in my board. I kind of could fit in Azir, actually. I could lose one of the units. I'm also 6 mythic. I spike hard if I get 7 mythic in, right? So yeah, I'm up against Ornn 3. This definitely doesn't beat Ornn. I decided I'm just gonna sack this round. I'm like, there's no way he kills me from 30. But it's really risky because like, I'm in an awkward spot because I'm 30 HP, right? 30 HP is 2 lives. But if I get like bad RNG, I can go 3rd here, which is really sad. But I end up going 2nd, so I fight this guy. I stack all my units on this side, right? The reason I stack my units on the right-hand side is because if you look at his right-hand side, it's not where his 3 stars are. It's where all his weak units are, right? I'm not beating this guy anyways. I just need to make sure that I kill a lot of units to preserve HP. So as you can see, I killed the Aatrox, I killed the Kayn, I almost killed the Alawi, I just didn't. Yeah, I was 33 HP. I took over 15. The other guy died to clone, so that's worked out for me, right? That's what I was saying with bad fight RNG. Because if the other guy fought my ghost, then he would have won, and there would have been 3 people alive still, and then I would have had to fight him. And if I fought his real, I already know his real is stronger than me. So here, I don't make it to neutrals. I roll a little bit. I don't really have that much gold, right? I didn't have a way. I'm selling my board a little bit. Like, I'm selling the useless units because I'm trying to just find a bard and be 10 mythic. I don't find the bard. I see a bunch of threshes, you know. It is what it is. If I held the bard from earlier, maybe like, I probably should have held the bard, especially since I was 10 mythic. Maybe I roll on 9 because there's like slightly better odds of hitting the 3 cost on 9, but I think it's pretty doomed. I don't think 10 mythic is strong enough to beat Ornn 3. It's not like he has a random Ornn 3, right? He has mulched, partial ascension, Ornn 3 playing Dryad the whole game. Like, I don't even think 10 mythic might lose to like Gnar, like just the board without the Ornn, right? 10 mythic isn't that insane. But yeah, anyways, Emerald 1, we'll take it. It's loot subscription. There's gonna be like these weird high rolls. There's gonna be like these weird things, right? He has all these Dryad spats. I have this sniper line that was kind of like, you know, not necessarily the greatest thing that could be cooked up. As you can see in the stats, it wasn't necessarily the best thing, but I feel like I piloted it pretty well. We made some kind of creative board. I know I was 6 mythic for most of the game. There is a way, like, you know, I can drop one of the Arcanists, right? I can definitely drop like, what's her name? I can drop literally Nico and play like any other unit for most of the game. I understand that, but it's just because I just wanted frontline and I was just trying to sack to make it to an IHP. Also, it's just a very, like, you know, interesting game in general. So it, you know, there's some optimization there, but it's all right. Hopefully this was a fun video at least, and hopefully there was some informative stuff that you could have learned from here. Bye-bye.